Fit and Ten Nation, my camera is crooked. Is it crooked? It looks like it's crooked. I don't know what's going on. Alright, it's also day 62 of the Fit and Ten Challenge. 8 days to go. Can you believe it? I cannot believe it. Announcements. I have been meaning to tell you guys that there is a gathering tomorrow. We have several gatherings. Well, we don't have several gatherings. We have maybe at least one gathering a year. We will definitely be having more than one. We'll have another one in the new year. But we have a gathering tomorrow night at Train on Main. It's very informal. It's gonna run from about 7:30 till midnight. You are all welcome, and of course, you can bring your own dishes. Bring your own booze, but of course you're not supposed to drink booze, so don't bring booze. And for food, you're gonna only bring healthy stuff, right? Measured and weighed. But in all seriousness, if you want to come out tomorrow night, please come on out. Train on Main, anytime between 7:30 and 12, and you can hang out, have some fun. I don't even know if we usually have a DJ. Every single gathering we've had, we have a DJ. I'm not sure. I didn't put this together, obviously. So, anyways, please come on out and enjoy yourselves. Okay. Calendar link will be going up this weekend, by the way. All right. So, there you have it. All right. I'm going to talk to you guys today about fiber. This is a little bit overdue, I suppose. I know some of you have done my challenge before, know a little bit about fiber because I told you about it, but there are, well, for sake of simplicity, there are basically two types of fiber. Okay, there's soluble and there's insoluble fiber. So, soluble fiber you'll find in things like oatmeal and what else? Flaxseed. Insoluble fiber you're going to find in things like apples, broccoli, that type of thing. There might be insoluble fiber in broccoli too, like there might be a combination. But anyhow, what's the difference primarily? Well, let's go with insoluble. Insoluble fiber essentially goes right through you. Okay, it literally goes right through you, and it has no caloric effect on the body, even though it's counted as a carbohydrate. Soluble fiber, on the other hand, gets essentially eaten up by your bacteria in your gut and transformed into short-chain fatty acids, which then enter your bloodstream and get utilized for energy. So a question that I commonly get, which I have not gotten this challenge, is how do we count fiber? And typically what I tell people is just to count it regularly as carbohydrates, even though that's not the case, just to make things simple. But if you want a little bit more complicated rule, I go with the rule of half of your fiber intake is probably, take all your fiber, put it this way, just take all your fiber and times it by 25%. Okay, times it by 0.25, and that's actually the amount of carbohydrates you're having. Because, I'll tell you why, because soluble fiber is, calorically speaking, does count for something. And I believe it depends on the type of soluble fiber, to be honest with you, because there's all kinds of different fibers. Like if you look up fiber, if you go look in like a biochemistry textbook, or actually look on Wikipedia. And if you look up fiber on there, you're going to see like all different kinds of structures of different fibers. So they're not all the same. So they can't all be calorically the same. Doesn't make any sense. But as a general overarching rule, about half the energy in soluble fiber gets into your system. All right. So basically, you get 4 calories per gram of soluble fiber. Well, you don't. You actually get 2. Okay. But if we go by it's carbohydrates, so we say 4 calories per gram. half of that goes towards calories in the body, contributing calories to the body. So you're asking me why a quarter? Okay, well, because I'm going with the rule that half of your fiber is insoluble and the other half is soluble. So if you take all your fiber, and if that were the case, and you take all your fiber, then given the rule that I just gave you, it would be 1/4. Okay, hopefully that made sense. All right, because half of your fiber doesn't count for anything, and then the other half, we're only going to take half of those calories of that half, which is 1/4, right? But that's not to say, like, look, all your fiber could be insoluble, or all your fiber could be insoluble, or it could all be soluble for all I know, right? But at the end of the day, though, your total fiber intake's not super high, most likely not, although it should be at least. You should be getting. I know that they recommend. I think the recommendation is somewhere around 25 grams per day. Now this is really got to be like, it should be based on at least the size of the person, but I'm guarantee there are more factors than that. I try to get like 45 grams per day. I definitely get enough fiber for sure. So I'm eating things like lots of vegetables. Well, I don't eat a lot of vegetables, but I mean a lot of vegetables have fiber. But I eat vegetables. I have a lot of oatmeal. I have apples, and I have berries. What other sources of I use flaxseed oil. There's some lignans in there, which have some fiber. I eat rice, but it's white, so it doesn't have the fiber. But I just much prefer white rice. What else do I have for fiber? I sometimes take NutriCleanse, which is basically like psyllium husk. It's psyllium husk and some other stuff, but I don't take it right now. What other sources do I have? Oh, I have beans every day because I actually eat stag chili. I told you guys about this. I have stag chili once a day. Oh, and I do eat, what's it called? Squirrely bread. What is it called? Big Five or whatever? There's 5 grams of fiber per slice. And I'm eating anywhere from 3 to 6 slices of those per day. So if I'm eating 6 slices, I'm eating 30 grams of fiber in the bread alone. All right, and then a serving of chili that I have, there's 7 grams of fiber. All right, so if I sit down and I have 6 slices of bread, which wouldn't be unheard of after like a leg day, where I burnt so much energy, I have like say 6 slices of bread. I wouldn't have 6, I would have like 4. 4 slices of bread and a bowl of chili. I'm having almost 30 grams of fiber right there. Okay. All right, so fiber is very important. Fiber is very important for your gut health. Actually, somebody mentioned about that in there. I should talk more about that, about particularly why it's important for gut health. Okay, so maybe I'll talk about that in the near future here. But I'm at 8.5 minutes here. Let's get the message of the day, and it is this. These are my 3 P's for success. My 3 P's for success. Patience, perseverance, and positivity. Pretty basic. No surprise on any one of these, right? You got to be patient. Good things take time. Anything of any value takes time. Anything of any value takes perseverance. And let's face it, whenever you're going through anything that's going to bring that's of any substantial value, that takes a lot of hard work, takes a lot of dedication, right? You got to persevere, but you're going to inevitably hit times where you question yourself, where you second guess yourself, where you feel like maybe you're not cut out for what you're doing, you're not the right person, you're not smart enough, you're not gifted enough, you can't do it. This always happens. This happens all the time. And, unfortunately, I fell victim to this too much in my earlier days. But now I realize, no. This is just a state of mind. This is just a state of mind, which really means nothing. As I always tell you guys, this is sort of a side note, but, 1,000 people can tell you can't do it, and it makes no difference. 1,000 people can tell you can do it, and it makes no difference, okay? It makes no difference what people say. That's what I'm saying. It makes zero difference. It makes absolutely zero difference. Keep a positive outlook. Believe in yourself always, but positive, 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 positive. Always be as positive as you can. Look for the positive perspective in everything. Even when something happens and I'm like, why is this, I'm like, well, it looks bad right now, but maybe this is going to lead to something much better down the road. And, usually it does. All right, so always try to look for the positivity in it. Even if it's a hard lesson learned. If it's a hard lesson learned, you made a mistake, hard lesson learned. Look at the positive. What's the positive out of that? Well, you learned your lesson. You're not going to do that again, right? You're never going to make that mistake again, right? And then maybe you'll even, maybe learning from that mistake will help you to be that much better in whatever facet you're trying to work towards, right? So, anyways, rambling on, 11 minutes here. Submit, commit to this challenge, you guys. 8 days to go. Let's hammer it home, pedal to the metal. Submit, commit. Give it everything you got. And as always, positive energy, positive vibes. There we go with that positivity again. Give some gratitude as always on a daily basis. Be thankful for everything you have. And for the love of humanity, believe in yourself. I will talk to you guys all later. Have a wonderful evening. I did this video way too late tonight. I will see you guys in class tomorrow night at 5 p.m. And hopefully you'll come to the party tomorrow night. See ya.